Okay, continuing on. Let's share screen again. Okay, well, that'd be called yes. So we were saying kahin, right? So I was saying that, okay, what you can do is if you click on it, open it in a new tab, and you can then see other usages of this word, words with the same root letters. You go on concordance. Actually, there's only 2. And in chapter 52, فَذَكِّرْ فَمَا أَنْتَ بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ بِكَاهِنٍ وَلَا مَجْنُونٍ, right? So it's actually the same word, but some of the words you'll see like many different examples of that, so that can help you relate and familiarize yourself with that word or with those root letters. قَلِيلًا, same thing, مَا تَذَكَّرُونَ. Okay, good. So now we see this pattern again. Wawnun for plural, ta for you. And then what do you have in the middle is Dhal, Kaf, Ra, which is related to a reminder. And this, I'm very sure, is used like a huge number of times. And most people already know dhikr means reminder, to remember. Tadhakkarun, so you don't remember, you don't reflect, you don't take heed. Continuing on, Tanzil, right? It's a revelation, right? From Noon, Zai, Lam, right? So that's the core here. Noon, Zai, Lam is for something, the nuzul, something to come down. Nazala, Nazala, Anzala, all are related to this. So if you can spot this thing, Nun Zai Lam, and you can realize there is something coming down, a revelation, then it will be helpful when you see other forms of it as well. Min is from, a very common word. A'udhu billahi min ash-shaytanir rajim. Rabbil alameen,
the Lord of the worlds.
Okay, so we talked about that in our reflection time. Walau, and law is also very common. Law means
if.
So that should be a priority. If you don't know this thing, it should be a priority for you to know that law means if. Okay, now here, taqawwala. So here it's interesting, right? So see this thing now, this ta can deceive you. It's not for you because this is form 5. So this ta is just part of that form. So it is taqawwala, he had fabricated. Okay, so that's an exception to the rule. The ta here is not representing you. It's part of the form, which is form 5. Let me show you the form 5 if you wanted to, but if you don't, that's fine. Just say, okay, exception to the rule. That's fine. Form 5, see? Tafa'ala. So there's a ta, it's always going to be there. It's a friend, it's a cousin that is always with you, right? And then you have the second letter that's double, right? So here the second letter is wow. Taqawwala, so wow is doubled, mushaddad, and then you have the rest of the stuff, right? The qaf, wow, and lam is same. So taqawwala, had he fabricated, had he made up. Alayna, upon or against us. Where's the us coming from?
Na.
Na, right? So that's in our pronoun chart. Let's take a look at our pronoun chart quickly. Here, there you go. Ana, nahnu, and then you have na. Good. So those of you who are new, don't worry. Like as you practice this will just start becoming second nature. Just think about one verse a week or one verse a day, depending on how much effort you can put in, the more you will know. But it has to be consistent, and that's the only way, right? You can't like eat Arabic, you can't like dissolve Arabic in a glass of milk and drink it. You have to put in effort, just like you have to put in effort to lose weight, to learn any other language, to learn a programming language. And that's one of the things they say, look, today we don't have any excuse. We learn all the stuff that's out there that we think is worthwhile, right? We learn how to drive car, how to use technology, how to do crypto, whatever. So how come we not invest time and learn Quran?
Another example.
Yes. So no excuses. Ba'da, some, al-aqawil, sayings. So if you see this thing, qaf, waw, lam, everything is, a lot of these words are related to this. Aqawil, sayings, taqawwala, you said something, you fabricated something. So even if you don't get it right and you can make that connection, it's something to do with saying, it can give you a lot. What was the other one we saw? I think it was something before that as well. Forgot. In the last verse, what was there? Tanzilum Rabbil Alameen.
Can read maybe?
Sorry?
You can read.
Can't hear you. Okay, let's move on. La akhadna. La again is for surely. Hamza kha dal is to seize, is to take. Akhada is to take. Na, we would have seized. Right? So here, akhadna, we would have seized. This is the pattern. Fa'alna. So if you go here quickly and you look at the verb table, see? Fa'alna, we did something. Akhadna, we seized. Okay. Minhu, from him. Bil yamin.
By the right hand.
By the right hand. So yamin is for the right hand. Thumma is then. Laqata'ana. Same pattern, right? Akhadna, qata'ana. Here the verb is qata'ain, is to cut off, to cut. Qata, to cut. Na, we would have cut. Minhu, from it. What al-watin. So that's a new word. Probably the only time it's used here. Allahu alam. Not a very common word, but if you spend time on it, that's aorta, right? So it's just cutting off from the main artery. Fama, and then not. Minkum, from you all. So again, kum is a pronoun. So if you invest your relationship with pronoun, that's going to pay off a lot. Min, from, or any. Ahad, one. Anhu, from him. Hajiz, from ha, jim, zai, right? And then yanun is for plural. So someone who can prevent. Let's take a look and see if we see this word anywhere, or this root other places in Quran. Okay, that's it. Nowhere else. Oh, that's it. I think we did up till here. Okay, that's it. So any questions about what we have done today? And if not, then we'll wrap up, but we can still stay here for those of you who have practiced last week's lesson, and then we can build on the vocabulary. Even if you haven't practiced, we can do that. But actually, even before that, I have a question. Let's see if I can add a poll to Zoom. How do I add a poll? Okay, anyways, so put in the chat if you think that you can commit to coming to Zooms at 8:30 on Wednesday nights. If you are sure, because that will tell me either maybe we'll just move it from in person to we'll just do it online, or we'll just do both. We'll have an in-person class, but we'll also support online, because I think it's a good attendance. So let me see how many people can actually commit. Like you're 80% sure that I will commit to it. No pressure, but that can help me understand what's going on. And this is like people who can't come in person, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so right now we have 4 people who don't, well, I guess 3 people who can't or don't come in person, but they can come online. So only 4 at this time, right? So you'll be coming if I do the session. Okay. I can do both. Okay, so I think there is value in doing online at least. So I will send an email, but most likely I will keep Zoom. Okay, so my second question is Zoom only. Okay, so I have a lot of people who are Zoom onlys. The second question I have is we have a practice session at 7:30. Now, who would like to avail that session, like, 7:30 p.m. or what we can do is right now, once we have completed the class, we can do the practice session where we can actually work on vocabulary, practice it. So that's not new lesson, just working on the previous one. So my suggestion is that we do it after the class, like 9:20 when we finish the class, then we actually do the practice. Who would be interested in doing a practice session at 9:20 after the class? Okay, that's one. Okay, so here's another question. Who is it that would like to do the practice session at 7:30 and they cannot do it after the class? Okay, class. So then basically what we'll do is we'll do the practice session after the class, right? We'll stop the recording. We'll just do the practice session after the class. Now I'll just figure out the Zoom link and then we'll have like a 1 per minute thing so we don't have to break off and whatnot, and we don't have to do the thing. So we have Isha at 8 o'clock. Rahil and others who pray Isha here, we should be back by 8:30, and we'll start our session at 8:30. And yeah, I think we won't do it in the masjid unless, okay, if I get like a strong number of people saying, okay, do it in the masjid, I'll come, then we'll try to manage both, do it in live as well as online. But as far as I think right now, for the next 7 classes, inshallah, till Ramadan, we'll only do online. We'll meet at 8:30, do the new lesson, and then after the lesson, we'll do the practice. Jazakumullah khairan. We will do the practice now. Let me stop the recording.